Peace, everybody. This is DionneShannette, and I am here on this beautiful Tuesday after yet another weekend of rain here in the Atlanta area. We have a beautiful day today, nice and sunny, just how I like it. And I wanted to talk with you guys today about something that has been, kind of on my mind for a while now. It's something that I've gotten a lot of questions about over the past, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. And we're going to be talking about this, for the next few videos and just kind of see where it goes. One of the main questions that I get all the time is not so much why did you leave the church? And for those of you who may not know, I do have a history as a minister and evangelist and all of that. But that's just like I said, it's history in the sense of being a Christian. I left Christianity as a belief system in 2009 and have been really kind of just searching and exploring since then. So, one of the main questions that I get though is what was it like transitioning? What was that transition like? And there's really no easy way to answer that question. The only way that I can answer it is just to tell you that I took it step by step. Um, to some it may seem like it was an abrupt move, me just kind of shutting the whole ministry down and everything, but there were lots of little steps that led up to that. And I had to become okay with myself and what I was feeling with every step. You know, um, when I decided to, stop preaching, that was a step. When I decided to stop going to church on Sundays, that was a step. When I decided to, that I was no longer going to, attempt to pastor, which I never wanted to do really anyway. And I actually tried to get out of pastoring a few times, but was talked back into it by several different people whom I trusted at the time. But that was a lesson for me to know that nobody knows what's best for me better than me. Nobody. So, anyway, yeah, it was interesting. I grew up my entire life in church. It was like how Steve Harvey said on Kings of Comedy, 7 days a week and twice on Sunday in church. That was my life for the majority of my childhood. And even as an adult, once I made the decision as an adult that I was going to be a Christian and then I was going to be a minister and accept that call to ministry and be devoted and all of that other stuff, it was it was my life, and it was difficult to abdicate that life because it was what I was accustomed to. I was conditioned to believe that if you didn't go to church on Sunday, then you were doing a disservice to God. Somehow you were dishonoring God by not going to church on Sunday. Um, and, step by step, that's why it took a few years, for me to eventually come out and be able to say, yeah, I'm not a Christian anymore, and be okay with that and not really give a damn about, the fallout or anybody else's opinion about it because, you know, opinions, you know, everybody has one, everybody's entitled to them. So they're purely subjective, and I don't really take much into account when it comes to, public opinion, what the masses think of me or my life, my decisions. But, it was interesting. It was, it was a lot of little lessons. There was a time where I felt like I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know which direction I was going in. I don't I felt like I was just lost because everything I knew to be true, the truth was being revealed. And that was that I had been, believing something that was not based in truth, you know, and it was a process. I encourage anyone who is considering or you feel your life kind of taking you in that direction, I encourage you to be very patient with yourself, to sit in contemplation, pray, meditate, whatever you do to maintain your spiritual connection, because that was a mistake that I made. I stopped praying. And for those of you who know me, who have known me for any length of time, you know that prayer was something that, I really kind of prided myself on. Um, and I stopped praying. And I stopped praying not because I didn't necessarily believe in God, but my concept of God had been completely shattered. And it had to be redefined in order for me to know who I'm praying to, where my prayers are going, how to direct them, that whole thing, because it's something that I take very seriously. So I do encourage you to maintain some sort of spiritual connection. And if you feel like you don't know who to connect to, um, when you don't know what to do what you know, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a hypocrite. It doesn't mean that you're going back on on what you have professed to be your new truth. What it means is that you know that something needs to be done, and in the spiritual realm or in the energetically or whatever you want to call it, pray. If that's what you feel like you need to do, pray. um, and understand that it's about the intention of your heart. And if your desire is to learn a new way to communicate with God, your higher self, your higher consciousness, universal energy, spirit, whatever you want to call it, um, it will come to you. It will come to you. But don't give up on your spiritual practice. And let me be very clear: your spiritual practice is not the same as your religious ritual. Your spiritual practice is not the same as your religious rituals. Your rituals can support your practice, but they cannot take the place of your practice. So going to church on Sunday don't make you a Christian. Following the tenets of Christ makes you a Christian. And understanding the difference between what your Bible says that Jesus said versus what your pastor teaches you. Okay. You have to be able to study for yourself. So it's not to get sidetracked, it's a delicate process coming out of any type of established organization. It doesn't necessarily have to be Christianity. It could be a fraternity that you had pledged your loyalty and devotion to. It could be your family, breaking away from anything that you've been connected to for a long time is difficult. There is a grieving process. You will feel sad. You will feel lonely. You will feel alone. You will feel confused. You will feel all of those things. You have to allow it to happen because you have to trust that what's happening is what's best for you and it's what you're choosing. So, um, I don't want to be too long, talking about this, without a format or whatever. I just kind of wanted to speak from my heart to those people who may be considering, or their life may be leading them away from the church or from whatever it is that you feel like you're breaking away from. You can do it. It's going to take time. Be patient with yourself. Keep your mind open and keep your eyes focused on where it is that you want to go, and you'll be all right. And so I need to hear some feedback from you guys. If you're out there and you're confused about, what to believe or how to believe or anything like that, holla at me. I'm not here to try to convince you to believe any one thing over another. But I've been down the road of belief, and I've seen some things and experienced some things, and I'd love to talk with you and to respond to you. Inbox me your questions. You can email me, the email address below. You can Facebook me. I'll put my Facebook link down there. Hit me on Twitter. Holla at me. Let me know what's going on. And we can really get a dialogue working to try to heal the hearts of people who may have been emotionally wounded from spiritual malnutrition and religious poison. So until then, until we talk again, I bid you peace And I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. All right? Peace out.